A while ago I went to my local used movie store and I picked up a couple of bad movies. You know, I figured I always review movies that are good on here, or at least that I like. And, you know, people don't always want to see, you know, good things being reviewed. They want to see someone get pissed at a horrible, horrible travesty of a movie. And I was going to do just that with a 3 set of movies I picked up called I Am Omega, Alien vs. Hunter, and Monster. Now this sounds pretty terrible, doesn't it? I mean, these are all like made-for-TV sci-fi movies. And I was going to review Alien vs. Hunter first. But tragedy has befallen my poor DVDs. For the dumb twit who was checking me out at the register gaveth me the wrong DVD. So instead of getting a crap fest of bad sci-fi movies, I got Staying Alive. The fuck is this? I'm not kidding. I didn't switch this out. I have no idea what this movie is. It looks like a bad ripoff of Saturday Night Fever or something. I can only gather that from the name. Bee Gees. I don't know. Maybe it's a Bee Gees biography. If anyone knows, let me know. But no, I did not. I got this. I got Staying Alive instead of these 3 horrible movies. And I picked up a couple other movies, and one of those was bad too, but I have it over there and I don't want to go get it. So I got a little bummed that I couldn't review Alien vs. Hunter. And I got sad. Because I wanted to watch some terrible and yell about it on the internet. So I did a little something to cheer myself up. Theme song! That's right, kiddies, I've got my own theme song. If you like the title card art, that was done by my sister Rosie. And check out the link here, or in the description below. And you can get a link to her Tumblr and commission her. She's doing commissions. She's really good. Now as for the music in the opening, get ready for the most bizarre roundabout way to connect that song to the movie I'm about to review. For about 5 years I played with a thrash metal band called Horns. And one show we were playing up in Milwaukee, we played with an amazing group called Lords of the Trident. They were awesome. They had great songs, they played amazing, and they had all these crazy outfits on. Their singer was waving around battle axes. He had a Guitar Hero controller that he lit on fire. And they're one of my favorite bands. And no one in the world knows about them. But now you do. So good job. Anyway, the bar we played at was showing movies. Just they had like a movie channel on their TVs. And they showed about 4 movies while we were there. There was Kill Bill, X-Men Origins Wolverine, something to do with Betty Page, and the film I'm about to show you right now, Speed Racer.
Speed Racer, slow down!
Now, I'm not gonna lie here, I know absolutely nothing about Speed Racer. All I know is from like cartoon parodies in like Family Guy or Robot Chicken or something like that. I know the car's the Mach 5. I know there's a bunch of like power-ups and it's like Hot Wheels and it looks like a video game. That's all I know about Speed Racer. So I went into this movie with no idea what I was getting myself in for. I was expecting just some racing, some alright effects, nothing fantastic. What I got was far more than I ever could have imagined.
Speed Racer, what are you thinking?
That race was fixed.
Well, of course there was racing. There was also corrupt businessmen, the mafia, stock market fraud, fixed races, a lot of really extremely complex stuff. Like, what kid is going to understand stock markets or maybe not drug cartels, but there's some sort of cartel. They call them a cartel. And extortion, torture, attempted murder. Many, many times in this movie there is attempted murder. And we don't actually see anyone get killed, but I'm pretty sure many people died, considering there's explosions everywhere and these cars, it's massive explosions. And sometimes they show us living, like guy falls off a cliff and boop, parachute. Okay, he's all right. That guy, we saw nothing. Those 4 guys are dead.
Racing's the only thing I know how to do when I gotta do something.
Speed Racer is a race car driver, duh, and he gets offered a big sponsorship by a big company named Royalton, run by a guy named Royalton. And Speed doesn't want to join up with him because his family runs their own business. So Royalton goes on this long, stupid, boring rant about how racing is all about making money and it's all fixed and it's all crap and they already know who's going to win the Grand Prix and everything. And basically the rest of the movie is Speed trying to prove that Royalton is wrong while also protecting his family because Royalton's out to kill them. What I don't get is why Royalton is so obsessed with Speed Racer. I mean, yeah, Speed Racer turned down your offer. Go get another guy. I mean, like, he is so fixated on him. It's like he's got this strange obsession. And he will not leave Speed Racer alone. And he'll do everything he can to basically destroy Speed Racer's life. Like, you own $1 billion corporation. You can let one kid go. But there's more than just one plot. Oh, there is so much more. There's a side plot that Speed's brother Rex died. There's a side plot of a cartel extorting racers. There's the side plot of Speed and his father not getting to terms. There's the side plot of Speed and his love interest. There's the side plot of this stupid little kid that's Speed's brother and the stupid fucking monkey. What's the monkey there for? I know he's in the cartoon. He didn't make sense there either, probably. What is there a monkey for? Monkeys aren't funny. They're monkeys. There's another side plot about the Speed Racer universe, basically CIA, trying to track down all these guys. And there's this racer who's also a detective named Racer X. And there's another side plot of this Japanese racer and his girlfriend or sister or wife or cousin or someone. I don't even know what point she is in the movie, like throughout the whole thing. And God, these side plots they're stupid and there's a lot of them. I don't think there's maybe like 3 that pay off in the end. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening in this movie, yet somehow it still is able to remain really, really boring. The movie is 2 hours and 15 minutes long, and there's maybe 30 minutes of racing throughout the whole thing, maybe a bit more, but you know, I wanted to watch a movie about racing. That's why I watch a movie with, you know, the word racer in the title. And so much of it is just boring dialogue, failed humor, or really complex, far too complex for little kids who are watching this, plots about corrupt business. I want to watch some damn racing. And to be fair though, when the races happen, they're actually pretty good. They're quite entertaining to watch. Lots of pretty explosions and cool tricks, you know. But don't go in this expecting pure realism from the cars. There is no realism there. Like Mario Kart looks real in comparison. And speaking of real, I think the movie should have had a subtitle under it. Speed Racer, aka Green Screen the Movie. I'm not sure what was real in this movie, if anything. Every scene seems to take place on a green screen. Nothing is there. Like, the people, the actors are the only thing I can see that is real. So much of this is added in post. And you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing, I guess, but it can be really distracting if that's all you're focusing on. I mean, the movie is very bright and very colorful, but when you put something so bright and so colorful in with real people that aren't so bright and colorful, it really stands out, and it feels incredibly fake. And that's especially felt in the races, because whenever a character is like say Speed's driving, and if they want to show Speed doing something in the car, they zoom right into him so you can't see anything else around him. It feels like he's just sitting somewhere and not moving. Like he's sitting in a green screen set and nothing's going on. Mainly because, you know, you're going along at 100 miles an hour, maybe faster, and nothing's happening to you. I mean, you're not getting your hair blown back in the wind. You can look over to a car like 30 feet that direction, and you can just look at him and you can talk. There's no headsets. You can talk to another driver right over there. You can't even do that driving a regular car like at 30 miles an hour down the street. And they're doing this hundreds of, like 100 miles an hour through deserts and icy climates and speed explosions everywhere. You could not hear shit. There is no way. I mean, maybe they use headsets, but they sure don't show it. I mean, just come on, just there. That's how you do it. Just make them wear a headset. It's that easy.
This is my night.
The acting in the movie it varies. The guy who's playing Speed Racer is one of the most boring actors I've ever seen. I mean, he's your main character, and like the first half of the movie, I barely hear him speak. And he's just so boring and wooden. At one point, he's having a shouting match with his father, and his voice barely goes above this tone. I'm so furious right now. How could you do this to me? You betrayed the law. I am the law. Ah. He never gets emotional about anything. It's just, I'm Speed Racer. I'm gonna race. I'm gonna race. I have to do this for my family. No one to protect them. And it's always boring. Even when he says what I think is the best line in the movie, and I quote, "Keep that weak shit off my track." This movie is rated PG.
Hey, watch your fucking language.
I think the only real good actors in this movie are the mother and love interest. The mother does seem very caring and very genuine in her affections towards her husband and Speed. You know, very motherly. The love interest Trixie is probably the only character I actually liked in the movie, because she's just, you know, she's fun. She's not boring like Speed Racers. She's not annoying like the little kid. And I have to talk about that fucking little kid. I think his name's Spritle. I'll say this first. No kids in this movie can act. In the beginning of the movie, there's some stuff with, like, flashbacks to Speed and Trixie being kids in, like, elementary school. Horrible child acting. I mean, you know, I know they're kids, but you can do better. And Spritle, I think his name is, the little kid, this fucking monkey. They're not interesting. They're just annoying as hell. I guess to be fair, the kid can at least act. Like, you know, he can say his lines with some emphasis and emotion. That doesn't change the fact that his lines are stupid as dicks covered in ice cream. Which would be pretty stupid.
I rarely know what you're talking about.
The only name I actually recognized when I was looking through this movie was John Goodman, who plays the father of Speed, Pops. Yes, his name actually is Pops. When he was a kid, that must have been awkward. And it's pretty easy to tell that he doesn't want to be here, but he still puts on a decent performance. He's got a pretty cool mustache. The bad guy, Royalton, is interesting. When he first shows up, he's very polite and proper, like a true British gentleman. And, you know, he pulls it off pretty well. But then when he tries to get menacing, he just looks like he's got to poop all the time.
I don't know if I can watch this.
While this movie does things very, very wrong, and it makes it very, very boring, the races are entertaining to watch. And the last race, the big Grand Prix at the end, actually does create a pretty good sense of tension and excitement and anticipation. I did find myself pretty interested and invested in that last race. I mean, I knew what the outcome was going to be, but I still enjoyed it. Also, at one point, there's a random ninja fight. I'm not making that up. They're in a hotel, and they get attacked by ninjas. And I guess to be fair, the fight choreography is pretty good. I don't get why there's a ninja. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be an assassin, but ninjas. That's random. Whatever. Now, guess what time it is, kids? That's right, spoiler time! I should really make a graphic for that. So I'm going to spoil the movie for you now. If you don't want to see spoilers, skip ahead to this point. So there's a character in the movie called Racer X. He wears all black and is a very skilled driver, and he's a racer, and he also works with the, I think it's CIB in this movie, basically the FBI or the CIA of this universe. And it's pretty apparent, and you can figure it out pretty easily, that he is going to be Rex, who was Speed's brother who died at the beginning of the movie. And Speed's convinced this too, and at one point the two meet. And Racer X takes off his mask and his helmet, and he's not Rex. And I'll admit, I was taken aback. I thought it was going to be Rex. And I was thinking, oh, okay, they didn't go with the most cliched twist they possibly could. You know, Rex is really dead. Alright, we can do this. Until, just like Kung Fu Panda 2, they have to ruin it at the end. At the end of the movie, we get a flashback. Racer X is Rex. That's kind of awkward to say if you say it quickly. He did fake his own death. He had a charred fake body. His car exploded. Then he got plastic surgery. Stop ruining endings of movies like this. If you say a character's dead, they should be dead. This is not Red vs. Blue. You can't bring back every single character as a ghost and then it's an AI. Fuck. Hate when movies do that. It is stupid and pointless. I liked Racer X up until this point. You know, he said Rex was dead. They showed his face. They showed it wasn't Rex, and then they say, oh, nah, we're kidding. He is Rex. God, that's such a cop-out. You can have characters die in movies, okay? You can do that. You can maybe not even show it, but like how they showed Rex died in the beginning was it was a news feed and smoldering wreckage, and it's like, we can't find the body, we can't find the body, boom, explosion. And then they say that they buried him, they buried a charred body. Why couldn't you just go with that? You know, have the twist be that there wasn't a twist. Racer X is just a guy trying to help out. But you had to go and cock it all up. I really don't like when movies do this. Just have your character die and stay fucking dead. Okay, rant over. What the hell do I think of this movie? Not the best thing in the world. Surprise, surprise. Most of the acting is stiff and wooden. The story gets far too complex. It drags on forever. And it's always predictable what's going to happen next. What I will say about this movie is that the races are indeed fun to watch. But that's not nearly good enough reason to sit through this whole movie and watch it. The effects aren't good. The plot's confusing as balls. Don't bother seeing it. If you want to see a racing movie like this, I don't know, go watch some Let's Plays of Mario Kart or something. Fucking ending, man. I don't know why that killed it for me. This movie already killed itself for me. See you guys later.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh. Turn on, I see red. Adrenaline crash, you crack my head. Not so till you paint me dead. And I see red.
Groundbreaking visual effects. I doubt that very much. I dropped it.